How we doing? So today we're going to be going out on the river. We're going to be jugging for some catfish. So it's going to be a how-to. I'm going to show everything from us catching bait to the setups we're using to even the cooking part. So here's what we're going to be using today. Here's all of our jugs. So all it is, you can use anything. Some people use parachute cord, some people use mono. We use braid. So what we got here, just a circle hook. If you stretch it out, we got about 5 foot of line on there, and the jug. So the jug will sit like this on the water, and as soon as the fish comes, it'll pop straight up, so you know you got one. So you can kind of run up and down river and hang out and have a good time, and it's like a bobber. When this goes up, you know you got a fish. So we're not gonna run all these. We'll probably run about a dozen of these today with some live shad, hopefully, if we can catch them, and we will be using some live, some dead, whatever works best. So, and ideally you'll have them color coded for different depths, but today they're all about 5 to 8 feet depending on which one. But ideally you should have the 5 to 8 feet range, and then if you want to try to catch a bigger catfish, you will have them down at like 15 to 20 feet. But these should work for today. We're just trying to get some eaters, so stay tuned and hopefully we can get on some action. Alright, so we got the boat launched. Waiting on our other buddy to come, and now we're gonna toss the cast net around a few times and hopefully catch some shad for bait. Oh, we're hoping for the big gizzard shad, but anything will work. Shad, bluegill, any kind of bait fish. So see what we can make happen. Let's see it. Happy Gilmore.
Should put it in the duck decoys next year.
Yeah.
In the middle of them.
Oh, that's what we're looking for. Bring that thing over here. That right there is what we're after. You can get 3 or 4 baits out of him. Hell yeah. Oh, we got him. Oh yeah. That's what we're talking about right there. Do for about 15 minutes and we filled the live well up there, so it's go time now. Hopefully we can do all right. So we're trying to mix them up. Every other bait's a dead one, every other bait's a live one. Set them all out. Hold them till it comes tight and then throw her off. It's the best way to not get stuff tangled. Yep.
Buddy, start working on getting these hooks out and wrapping these jugs up so we don't get all tangled. Ice out is cooler.
Right after the rain, they are biting. Almost every jug we've been to has got them so far. Standing straight up means we got a fish. Oh yeah. I don't know. Just pull them up and put them right in this bucket.
I've always heard and thought that a weight helps it. I mean, depending on the depth, obviously. You got him?
Yeah.
We get there's I forgot those two real fast. Got one now.
Circle hook got him right in the corner of the mouth, right where it should have.
Got him?
Yep.
How many is that? We caught a few.
A lot.
That is, yeah.
Well, we can only get about an hour and a half of fishing in, but we did pretty damn good. They were biting heavy, but fortunately, there is a storm a-brewing, so it's time to get the hell out of here. So, I'll see you guys again on the cleaning table. we just got back to the dock. There's no fish cleaning table at this little marina type thing we're at, so y'all are gonna have to bear with me. But so this is one of the blue cats we caught, so I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm not gonna say this is the best way, but this is how I do it. It's easier to put them on ice first, get the meat nice and firm. Give them a slice right through the ribs. Then I come through the top, right down the backbone. Slide your knife all the way down, right down the bone. And once you get past the rib cage, you can actually slide your knife right past it. Make sure you put on a slanted angle so you can hit the back again, and then just slide your knife all the way through. Remember to keep your knife on the angle the whole time so you can take the meat right off the bone. And then depending on what you want to do, once you get back up to the rib cage, you can either cut through the ribs, but in our case this knife isn't the sharpest, so I'm going to go just above the rib cage. You'll feel it. You can just slide right over and down. Takes a little longer than cutting through, but it'll still get the job done. Just give it a little slice. And that's a pretty good, for especially being on the core, that's a pretty good fillet. So I'll show you us skinning it in the next little clip. So once you get your fillet off, as I said multiple times, we're on a core, so it's a little bit harder. It's pretty slimy, but I find catfish to be much harder than fish with scales because they're a lot more slimier. But start back on the back side of it here, and now you want to turn your knife pretty hard, grab the back side of the skin, and then just take your time, holding a lot of pressure on the back end, and just slowly take the skin right off the back side. It's pretty easy to cut through, as you can see here. That's a pretty good slab of meat. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll turn back in when we're in the kitchen. We might fry some fish up here and make some tacos or sandwiches, depending on what we got at home. But there you go. So hopefully y'all enjoyed so far. We got some Crisco pure vegetable oil. We're just gonna fill it up to the old line. You can see it. Not the cleanest. So once you get your oil in there, turn your propane on. And I'm gonna get it nice and hot while I'm preparing the fish, so by the time I'm done, it'll be ready to cook. So come on, we're going to the kitchen. Alright, so we got one of our pieces of fillets, and we're gonna just clean it up a little bit. So this red meat's called bloodline. We try to stay away from that. It can make the fish taste a lot gamier. So a nice clean slice there, and this is just a little bit of excess skin, so give that a little trim. Alright, and we're making nuggets today, so we're gonna cut it up even smaller, real tiny bites. I like my, and this is just preference, but I prefer my fish nice and crunchy and smaller bites, especially on the catfish. So after I got my fish cut up, I'm gonna put it in the bag and then get some buttermilk. Pour that in there. And then let it soak in there for a few minutes, just like that. So after letting this soak for about 5 minutes, now I got my buttermilk cornmeal mix. I'm gonna put some of that in a bowl. And start pulling my fish out and getting her nice and covered up for the frying pan. And I'm not gonna say I'm the best at this by any means. This is just how we do it here. So when we're all done this, I'll tune back in when we're out on the pan. All right, so once you get the oil nice and hot, you're gonna set your fish in the pan here. Make sure it's not touching. It just won't cook the right way if it's touching one another. So get them in there, get your oil to about 350, 400 degrees. Set them in, and once they start floating and turn crispy brown, they'll be ready to go. Okay, so they've been cooking for about 4 minutes. They're nice crispy brown, so it's time to pull them off. Might be slightly overdone, but that's okay. I like them crispy anyway. And something I like to do is put this paper towel down on the plate, and it helps suck up the oil, makes them less greasy. So now we're gonna let them cool off and gonna give them a try. So wasn't, I know, our best ever fish, but we tried and I think it'll still taste good, so stay tuned. Now that it's cooled off, we're gonna give it a whirl on some Chick-fil-A sauce. So let's see how it goes. Excellent. If you want a nice, easy way to cook your catfish and even make it taste like a Chick-fil-A, give this a whirl. So, thanks for watching. We're learning on the videos. We're getting better each time. So, hope you'll have a good day and like it. Like and subscribe.